everybody, welcome to I Am Devoted. My name is Brian Stith, and I'm here with my cousin Keon Cooper. How you doing, first of all, Keon?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing well. Doing well. Now, the reason we're here today is we want to talk about fellowship and, more importantly, like women's fellowship. And so, Keon, I know you had an event last year, and I want you to talk a little bit about what you guys did there and the whole purpose of women's fellowship.
So the event was hosted by myself. It's called Dare to Share, and it was inspired by a conversation that I was having with a dear friend of mine who we basically was talking about life struggles and where we came from and where we are now. This event was just a conversation that we had that led to a dream that I just basically couldn't run from. The event was hosted, put on, it was just phenomenal. We had a lot of fun with it. It was basically women who shared their stories about where they've been, where they came from, and how they got there. And so, I'm looking forward to doing another one.
Nah, that's big. And I know a lot of times women, I feel like we all got to come together sometimes because, like, I remember just before this interview, we were talking about sometimes it can seem like people have it all together, but you don't know their story. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, whether it's a male or a woman, we've all been through challenges with life and everything. So, like, what would you say is, like, one of the main purposes of why women should, like, come to fellowships and everything like that?
I mean, one word, hope.
Hope.
It gives other people hope and inspire them to live their best life, no matter what they're going through, what they face, how they handle situations, what they deal with. When you hear someone else's story, it gives you hope and it empowers you to live a better life. So that's the purpose of it, so that someone else will be inspired to continue on throughout their struggles and difficulties in life.
And personally, like, with you, have you seen benefits? Like, what are some of the main benefits that you've seen in your life as far as with just talking to other women and dealing with fellowship?
I mean, it's empowering. It moves me. I feel like that's my purpose, and I feel like that's what I'm here for. That's what I was created for someone else. And despite of me going through my own trials and tribulations, I really believe it's a setup for somebody else that I can help.
Building that testimony for sure. Building that testimony.
Yeah.
And then I also wanted to ask you, as far as like an age range, is it like 18 and up, or what type of age range are you trying to like tailor it to?
Well, I tried to tailor it to the millennial group.
Okay.
But being that, the millennial eyes are not as open as those who may be seasoned to understand life struggles.
Yes, ma'am.
The crowd came in a diverse group as well as a different age bracket. So my dreams and my prayers is that all women be reached, but mostly those who look like me, who are my age, and that,
because that's the most relatable too. Like, they'll be able to relate to your situation.
Yeah, when you see somebody like me and you see them and they've been through something, and you look at them and they share their story, it just gives you hope. And hope doesn't have an age on it. And so if it impacts a person that's 57, 27, 37, 17, or even 7, impacting a person, that's all that really matters. But I definitely want to reach out to more, millennials and more people from 18 to 40. But whoever God leads me to reach, that's who I'm there for.
No, that's good. That's good. And then what would you say to, because like sometimes I know for myself even, like I had to realize like we all don't have it together, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I know with myself, I try to like do it all on my own instead of like taking the advice of like getting a mentor. Like, it's definitely beneficial to have a mentor with any type of like field that you want to get better in, or just in life in general. So what I was going to ask you is like, far as like with women who are kind of timid to like go out there and talk to other people about their situations, or people that feel like, oh no, I got it all together on my own. Like, what would you say to those women that feel like, why should I come type thing, or like, this might not be for me because I can do it all by myself? And like, what would you say to those type of people?
Well, first, I would say you have to be there to experience the experience of hearing other people's story.
Yes.
Second, I would say you have to have an open mind, and it all starts within. And first, whatever your higher power is, I'm a follower of Christ. But to that person who don't believe, it has to start within, so that you believe within yourself, so that the rest will be able to be followed. And I believe as you believe, everything will fall into place. And it's profound, it's scripture, it's biblical. So if you work the principles will work for you, but you got to put yourself in the place where you want to be, if that's a desire.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. And are there any last words that you would like to share?
Now I just, want to let everybody know Dare to Share is coming. Look out for the announcement for the tickets, where it's going to be at, and who's going to be there. But I'm just excited. I'm happy to have you, and hopefully you can be a part of this next event that's going to be popping.
Yo, so you guys definitely stay tuned for Dare to Share. It's coming in 2020. We got a new year coming up. This is actually my last interview too of 2019,
That's
so I
dope.
appreciate you for real. And we're gonna get it popping in 2020. The first thing will be definitely to go to that fellowship, Dare to Share, and hopefully women out here, y'all just take the time to go to something that's going to benefit yourself. Because like
Empower yourself.
Yeah, like we spend so much time and money on stuff that does so much harm to us, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then when it's something that's really beneficial, we be like, oh, do I got enough money?
I mean,
like, no, go
it's
to it.
resources, it's people out here, it's things, it's places, but you gotta have the right mindset.
Yes, ma'am.
And it takes work, it takes progress, and it takes steps. And that's the whole purpose of this vision and of this event, is to allow other people to know that you're not the only one.
That's so beautiful. And one last thing too, I forgot, since we on the channel, I Am Devoted. You got to talk to me about just like how have you been able to stay devoted to like bettering yourself and running the fellowships and everything? Because like it's hard battling like life in itself as well with like trying to grow a business or doing events and everything like that. So how have you been able to stay devoted to handling both?
I mean, first, is God Himself. That's I'm a follower of. So my faith, and without faith, it's impossible to do anything. But how I maintain is just putting myself in the right atmosphere, putting myself around the right people, just staying focused. And it ain't easy, and I don't stay focused every day with my own power. But when I put my principles, my beliefs, and action behind it, I just keep it trucking. So I just say to anybody, stay focused and stay the course.
Hey, we gonna end it like that. That's perfect. All right, thank you so much, Keon.
That's what's up. Thank you.